Okay, so our next speaker, Zac Moffatt, is the digital director of the Mitt Romney campaign. And I want to make clear before he comes out on stage, we invited both presidential campaigns to send a top representative to speak. The Romney campaign said yes. The Obama campaign politely declined. But we're thrilled to have Zac here, and he is going to talk to us about what he sees as the big news story that people have been missing in digital politics, which is how this is finally a tool that's being used for persuasion. Zac Moffatt.
One in three voters last week did not watch live television other than sports. Think about what that means. Television advertising, at most, no matter how many gross rating points you're buying, is going to cap out at about 70% of the electorate. So that obviously, and every single day that's changing and getting smaller and smaller. That has huge impact on the role of campaigns and how we execute campaigns as we go forward. Nielsen came out with a study just a couple weeks ago that also said worldwide consumption, 83% of people watched television in the last month, down from 90% from last year. 84% of people went online to watch video. So our entire consumption habits are changing as we move forward, and it's something that we have to take into consideration. My purpose of coming here today was not to come as Mitt Romney's digital director. It's not a Republican or a Democrat issue. This group, to me, seemed like the perfect place for us to have this conversation, to be able to reach out to people, because I believe many people in this room probably believe this to be true, that you're moving to an on-demand or a time-shifting environment where you're not getting seen by your television commercials. And yet, many of the powers that be that determine how campaigns are operating don't always seem to know this. So my goal here was to empower everyone here to be able to take this information and to take it back and to make smarter decisions and to make sure that people are activated and be able to participate at a much higher rate. Failure to do so on a campaign is probably the difference between winning or losing. And it's one of the things we're going to talk about of how it can actually impact the way an election will be played out. You know, technology is going to be constantly evolving. It's going to get better. It's going to innovate. 2008 was totally different from 2012. The person who was the best at one cycle will not be the best at the other. 2016 will look totally different from what we're doing now. However, our jobs, I feel like, as the people in this room, is to differentiate motion from movement. Who are all the people out there who really understand how digital work and how we can leverage and engage more people and get them involved versus the people you have to sit with and have games of buzzword bingo and go around in circles again and again of all the things you need to do to be able to be successful in 2012. A lot of times in my job, specifically from reporters, but as well as people from the campaign, I'm asked, what will be the big story of 2012? You know, and many, many people want to have conversations about big data. You know, what is the role of big data? Other people want to have conversations about what's the perfect balance between social, mobile, and local. How is this all going to come together and to make all this difference in the margins? And I guess my point here is that all these answers are right in a way, but they're missing the larger unifying theme. And that theme is this is going to be the first cycle that persuasion and mobilization become a core component of the digital online advertising experience. That through paid media, the digital experience will be expanding the reach and frequency exponentially from just what was taking on television. And we have to make sure we're doing that. Digital is not looking to replace the role of television. What digital is looking to do is to amplify it, to make it a better experience, to make it a more inclusive experience, to make sure that you can syndicate out of their experience and to have rich media ad unit experiences, among others, so that you can see and participate and get other people to participate and not just watch it on television or on your DVR. Any campaign that does not believe this to be true probably maybe make it through this cycle, and that's probably about it. You're having an opportunity to miss 1 in 3 voters. And the question someone should be asking, are you willing to take that risk? So why do I think this? I wanted to walk people through some numbers and so we could actually kind of see some of the stuff. 1/3 of online adults are off the grid. So what does this mean? Out of this population, that's 56 million people in the United States. 56 million people who you cannot get with traditional television. Who are these people? Well, 59% of them literally skip all commercials, whether that's on their DVR, Hulu, whether they're using it through their iPhone, however they're consuming content, they're being missed. About 3/4, another 29%, are skipping it mostly. So sometimes they make a mistake or they really want to watch a show. You know, Mad Men came out and you got to get it right away. But for the most part, they're skipping what's going on. But this is not just a phenomenon of young people. You look at the breakdowns here and you can actually see the amount of people by age and by gender. It's pretty consistent across the board. There are a lot of people who are moving to this. In every cycle, more and more people are moving to this way. This study that we did, we figured that about 2 years ago, we made the determination that someone needs to go into the field and figure this out. So we did a bipartisan group. John Costas on the Democratic side and Targeted Victory on the Republican side met with POS strategies and SEA polling and went out and did 800-person sampling to figure this out. Then we oversampled another 300 in Florida and Ohio. In Ohio, it's actually 40% of people did not watch live television that week, which is amazing when you consider that people don't consider that state as an early adopting state. So what does this mean for us? We need to figure out new approaches to persuading voters. We need to kind of figure out new ways to capture people's attention. You look at here the difference between a static poster, which has a lot of value, but then a rich media ad unit. You see this ad here in the bottom left, kind of rotating through, trying to catch your eye as you go through it. You look at new vehicles to deliver the message. Television is very traditional as you go through, but here in the bottom right is an actual expandable rich media ad unit that's going to go through. Has multiple videos that you can play within there, Twitter stream, engagement, ways for people to be able to participate more, to get more content, and to learn the experience. You could experience an entire campaign within the ad unit. You never have to leave that unit to do so. And then new mechanisms to help voters take action. You know, some traditional offline techniques. Then you look at ways that you can enhance them and make them better online. Through shareability, through being able to post to Twitter, to Facebook, to email to your friends, to donate, take an action. What we're going to walk you through here is a little bit of how an online campaign can be persuasive. Here you see an example of what we've done with the Mitt Romney campaign. This is a little 3-second drop, and then I'll explain afterwards. We're going to run through this for about 28 seconds.
I think people understand that I'm a man of steadiness and constancy. I don't think you're going to find somebody who has more of those attributes than I do. I've been married to the same woman for 42 years. I've been in the same church my entire life. I worked at one company, Bain, for 25 years, and I left that to go off and help save the Olympic Games. If I'm president of the United States, I will be true to my family, to my faith, and to our country, and I will never apologize for the United States of America.
I'm Mitt Romney, and I approve this message.
So think of this ad unit. Not only is it taking what's going on in television and running concurrently, within this ad unit, you can take multiple actions. You can watch the video, you can share it, you can also go through. In this, you were able to find out your volunteer location, you're able to request an absentee ballot unit, you were able to sign up for an email, all within one experience. So we're taking something that was already going on, and we're hitting an entire universe of people, the people who aren't watching live television, and making sure they have an opportunity to participate, an opportunity to also share it with their friends. How do you do this? Obviously by targeting the right audience. Also by leading with the right message, obviously. And then finally, by utilizing the right medium. One of the things you saw in that 3-second countdown, we feel that's very important for what we do. That gives you your opt-out. You shouldn't be scrolling over things and ads just popping out right away. The purpose of this is to make sure that when you're going through it, you choose to engage in that experience. It's better for us that you want to have that conversation, and when you're having it, you're able to then share it with other people. The whole purpose of advertising, digital advertising, should be able to provide that experience to people. So the reason for all this is, why do we do it? You take a step back, and the question I would ask is, can you afford to ignore 2 million voters in Ohio? Since 2000, the last elections in Ohio has been won by an average of 3.5%. So that means the amount of people who are turning out versus the amount of people that you can't reach through traditional advertising. For every 1 vote that you would need to win, there are 11 people who aren't seeing your commercial. This is a huge thing that we have to take into consideration for politics. And it's something that I hope that every single one of you here will be able to go back and talk to, whether you're on a campaign or with other entities trying to expand the reach. It's not a question of if, it's when. And this is coming very quickly, and we hope that everyone will be able to participate. And I hope that this is able to help people kind of be powered a little bit more to be able to go back and to fight for those dollars and to make sure that people are engaging online and we don't just become a television medium that's constantly just running more and more gross rating points every single day. So thank you very much.